We all gotta eat, but you don't have to spend your entire paycheck in the process. If you're new to my channel, I'm a registered dietitian who loves food but doesn't like to spend a lot of money. So if you want to learn how to make nutritious and delicious meals while also saving money on your grocery bill, make sure you hit that follow. With these ingredients, I'm gonna make 18 meals and I spent less than $40. That comes out to less than $2.25 per meal. And to put things in perspective, one of the recipes I'm going to be making is an Olive Garden chicken scampi, which if you get it at the restaurant, it's $20 for one meal. One meal for 20 or 18 meals for 40. The highest cost item in any recipe is typically going to be the protein. With this grocery haul video, I wanted to show you how you can plan multiple meals using one protein source. I got this 5-pound pack of chicken at Walmart for just under $15 and it's going to spread across 18 meals. Buying one source of protein in bulk and using it for all 18 meals, I'm drastically cutting the overall cost of my grocery bill. I'm using chicken because it's versatile and fairly cheap. The 3 recipes I'm going to be making are an Olive Garden chicken scampi, a chicken mac and cheese, and a marry me chicken over rice. And a little sneak peek right here, the chicken mac and cheese is going to be an Asiago mac and cheese. And if you're thinking to yourself, I really don't want to eat that much chicken, you can always bulk prep these meals and freeze them for the future. A lot of my followers will take a chicken recipe and a beef recipe, make them both, and then freeze half of each for the following week. So I've got some pasta, some veggies. I saw these and snatched them up. I've been wanting to do something with sun-dried tomatoes, but they're typically in oil, which increases the calories significantly. These are actually dried, so this would be my first time using them. Hopefully they turn out. A lot of people follow my recipes because they're trying to lose weight, but I've also noticed that a lot more people are just following these recipes just to save money on their grocery bill. I always tell my followers, just because you're trying to lose weight doesn't mean you have to give up eating delicious food. And the same goes for the amount of money you spend. Just because you're trying to cut costs doesn't mean you have to cut corners on taste. So I'm gonna get to work making these recipes and hopefully they turn out. And the first recipe I will be making is the chicken scampi. I'm excited about this one because I really used to love eating at Olive Garden. The 2 dishes I would always get are the Alfredo and the chicken scampi. Eventually, I realized how much money I was spending eating out, and I really fell in love with trying to recreate my favorite restaurant recipes at home. Chicken scampi at Olive Garden up the road is $20 for one meal. I'm making 6 meals for less than $14. This is everything I bought today for this recipe. I do have some of the staples like the seasoning, the butter, and even some Parmesan cheese that I'll be using. The one thing I won't be using in this recipe that I think Olive Garden chicken scampi has is white wine. You can add it if you want, but I'm subbing in chicken broth instead of white wine. So I got my chicken broth here. It was only $1 for the box. The heavy whipping cream was $3, but I will be using this in another recipe as well, which was something that I really wanted to demonstrate in this grocery haul video, which is how you can plan meals that utilize some of the same ingredients. Doing so will lower the overall cost of your groceries. Once you start buying 20 ingredients for this recipe, 20 ingredients for this one, and 20 ingredients for this one, next thing you know, you've spent $100. If you've ever had chicken scampi, you know there's some bell pepper, some red onions. They use angel hair pasta, so it's pretty cool that the protein pasta has a version of angel hair. And then I'm gonna be using 1.5 pounds of the chicken. The rest of the chicken is gonna be divided up in the other 2 recipes. All in all, I'm excited to make it. Like I said, I used to eat it all the time. I really love it, and it is my first time making it. Not to toot my own horn, but I have perfected the Olive Garden Alfredo sauce. Everybody that's ever tried it tells me that it's better than Olive Garden. I do have a recipe for that up on my Patreon if you're interested. So I'm gonna get to work, and in the next shot, hopefully I'll show you a picture that looks like it came straight out of the Olive Garden kitchen. And boom, there it is. I don't know about you guys, but this looks pretty damn close to Olive Garden's chicken scampi to me. But unlike theirs that is $20, this comes out to less than $2.50 per meal. Theirs also clocks in at over 1,200 calories. This is just over 460 calories. Definitely excited to share this with you guys. I'm really happy with how that chicken scampi turned out. I actually had it for dinner last night, and is it better than Olive Garden? In calories, yes. In cost, yes. In taste, I'll let you be the judge. But in my opinion, it's right up there. So keep an eye out for that recipe. Today I'm meal prepping the Asiago chicken mac and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite side dishes, so I'm really excited to turn it into an actual meal. The total cost of this recipe is about $15. Divide that by 6 meals and it comes out to about $2.50 per meal. Where I live, chicken is just under $3 a pound. I'm only using 1 pound. I probably could have got the cheese cheaper at Aldi, but it's a little out of the way for me, so I got this at Walmart. If you've never been to Aldi and seen their cheese selection, definitely check them out if you have one close to you. They have all types of cheeses and for a really good price. If you follow my recipes, you're probably wondering why you're seeing regular pasta and not the protein protein pasta. It's only because I feel like mac and cheese is traditionally the elbow macaroni, and I haven't seen a protein version of elbow macaroni yet. So I'm just using regular pasta, but honestly, the macros aren't too different between the two. I really wanted to have some overlap between the meals and the ingredients. So again, I'm using chicken. I'm using more heavy whipping cream like I did in the chicken scampi. So planning your meals to kind of play off of each other will definitely reduce your overall cost. But we've got about $3 for the chicken, about $1.50 for the sour cream. The cheese is actually the highest priced item in this meal. This cost almost $5 at Walmart. Cottage cheese at Walmart is just under $2. Pasta was just under $1. And the heavy whipping cream was just under $3. So I'm excited to make this meal. As you can see, there's no veggies in this just because macaroni and cheese traditionally doesn't have any vegetables in it. But this recipe can easily be tweaked. You could add some chopped up broccoli, asparagus, or even some chopped spinach into it. Typically what I do is just add a side of veggies, eat those first to get them out of the way, and then enjoy the meal. So I'm gonna get to meal prepping. In the next shot, I'll show you how it turns out. I am not even gonna lie. I was standing over the stove eating this straight out of the pot. This is so good. If you love mac and cheese, definitely keep an eye out for this one. Less than 500 calories and almost 40 grams of protein. This recipe will be up as soon as I can have it ready. 2 out of 3, and we are on to our last meal prep. Today, I will be making something that's called Marry Me Chicken. If you've never heard of it, it's a play on words. Supposedly, if you make it for somebody, it tastes so good that they want to marry you. I've never had it and I've never made it, but it sounded really good, so we'll see if it actually lives up to its title. As you can see, there's not a lot to it. It's seared chicken breast that's served in a type of sauce, and you can eat it with a side of veggies. I'm actually going to be serving it over a bed of rice. From what I've seen, it doesn't traditionally have spinach in it. I'm adding it for the extra micronutrients. My store did not have fresh spinach. I would have preferred it, so if you do make this recipe, look for fresh spinach, but I'm hoping the frozen will work. This is a little cheaper than fresh, so it does work out in the end as far as cost is concerned. This was just over $1. I mentioned the heavy cream. I used it in all 3 of these recipes, which was kind of the point of putting these 3 recipes together, so you piggyback on certain ingredients. I got my chicken broth again. I'm using these sun-dried tomatoes because they don't come in oil, so it's gonna reduce the overall calories. Sun-dried tomatoes, from what I've seen, are pretty expensive. This bag was only $3. And here I've got my last 3 chicken breasts. So all 5 of these ingredients come out to about 12 bucks. I will be using some grated parm, which I already had at home. So accounting for that, this entire recipe still comes out to less than $3 per meal. I'm gonna get to cooking, and in the next shot, I'll show you a delicious Marry Me chicken. And there it is, Marry Me chicken over rice. I think the rice goes perfect with this dish because it really soaks up some of that juice, so it's moist and flavorful every day when you reheat it. You guys are definitely gonna like this one. So there we go, 3 recipes, 18 delicious meals that are not only macro friendly, but budget friendly. As soon as I get the videos edited for these 3 recipes, I will have them up here on YouTube or on my Patreon. If you've enjoyed my free recipes so far, go check out my Patreon. It's essentially my living, breathing cookbook. I post a brand new exclusive recipe every single week, along with a lot of bonus content. For only $5 a month, by following my recipes on there, you will save 10 times that amount on your grocery bill. If you like these videos, don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe.